In this video, I'm going to share with you my sincere opinion about starting a poultry farm. I'm also going to share with you some of the experiences that I had before starting my poultry farm. In fact, comments from my own family members and friends before starting the poultry farm. And I will also share with you how sometimes it is very good to keep silent when you're about to start a project. After this, I will also share with you some of the biggest mistakes that I've made when I started this poultry farm. And I have no regrets because it was for this particular reason, committing mistakes, that I really wanted to start small. So that whilst I grow, I make the mistakes and I correct my mistakes. Kindly subscribe to Kofi Farms by hitting the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell for more videos like this. Don't forget to hit that like and the share button to push this video to many people. So first, I will start from starting a project in a silent mood. So when I was about to start my poultry farm, I spoke to two individuals. One, my father, and the other was a best friend. So when I was about to start, I called my dad and said, "Dad, I want to venture into poultry farm." So he asked me, "Do you have a huge capital?" I said, "No, but I want to start from small. I want to start small." Then he started narrating how one best friend of his called Mr. Oliver started a poultry farm, had a very huge capacity and collapsed. He told me how it got to a point that he couldn't even buy feed, how he couldn't even get profit from the poultry farm. In fact, we had a lot of conversation. We had, I think, about almost an hour conversation. All was caution, all was warning that poultry farm can make you down. So yes, of course, my father has spoken. But you see, one thing about me is that if I do my research and I want to venture into it, I want to go. Even if I fail, I know that I did it and I failed. So the second one was my best friend. Okay. So, we were having a conversation. I said, "Girl, I want to venture into poultry farm." I said, "What?" Kofi, I have ventured into poultry farm before. I said, "What? I didn't know of it. How come I didn't know of it?" She was also telling me how, the poultry farm collapsed, how her husband struggled so hard to, keep the birds alive. She was telling me how the prices of the feed, have been unstable over the years, and how sometimes, especially when you get to Hamatan, some of the birds will die and stuff. So at the end of the day, they stopped. So whilst I was speaking, I was having the conversation with her, a lot of questions were going through my mind. I was asking myself, how come a lot of people are making it? How come we have a lot of eggs on the market coming from farmers? What did they do correct and what did the other ones do wrong? That is the question. Then I realized that if I don't take care, all these things that are coming from the friend and the family member could make me stop what I want to start. So I said, no, if I want to do it, I have to do it in silence. Okay, so I'm telling you that if you want to start a project, especially 2025 poultry farm project, I can assure you and bet on this that not a lot of people that you would like to speak with will encourage you to go into. Few. That is even if you are lucky. That is why it is very good to do your own research, have the faith, and give yourself some time, stay in the silent mood and start the project. Let them know the results when you are already there. Because if you are trying to seek for approval from a friend, for them to say, "Oh, this is a good project, it will be good, yeah, you're gonna be successful." If you're waiting this from a family member, that I bet you're not gonna get that. So start your project 2025 in silence and push hard. Now, let me show you one of the biggest mistakes that I've committed so far. So I built 200 capacity chicken pen, but I didn't have money to bring all the 200 at once. So I brought 50 first. After 1 month, 1.5 months, I brought in another 25 of the same breed. Now, when I went in for another 50, the last 50, I went in for different breed, which is the black ones. Now, I didn't know that the black ones are very aggressive, and when you join them together, you put all the brown and the black one together, the brown one get beaten by the black one. So I had to separate them. I had to add the 25, okay, of the same age of the black. I have to join them with the first 50 who have already grown up. Okay. Now, it has gotten to the point that the first 50 are about to lay eggs. Definitely, when they start laying eggs, I will have to give them different feed. Now, in this case, I have to separate the young ones and add them, okay, to the black ones. But I know that the black ones are very aggressive. So what I have to do is to try to make, okay, another building on top of this normal building you are seeing. That is the story building. So it means if I don't have the money now, what am I going to do? I have to definitely join the black and the brown one again. Now, I have been looking for solution, and one of the solutions they give me is to debug the bed so that they can prevent cannibalism. So one of the biggest mistake was not bringing all the birds at once and bringing them, okay, separately. And also the second mistake is not going in for the same breed of birds, and I went in for different breeds of birds, not knowing how aggressive the other ones are. These are mistakes that you commit as a young farmer, and these are good. They are good for the knowledge, they are good for the experience. Okay, so sometimes some of these things will happen, we will find a way of solving it, but they are good for us. What I would say is everybody must have their own experience. Okay, so go start the poultry farm, the one that you've been meaning to start. Go start now. Forget about it. You are going to make mistakes, but you are going to learn a lot. So go start. 2025 should be your year. Go start, and then definitely you're gonna get there. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. See you in the next video.